Hello, welcome to PÖFF TV. My name is Ron Fogel. I'm here with director Fatmir Koçi, the director of the wonderful film, The Rise and Fall of Comrade Zylo. And hello, Mr. Director.
Thank you for
First, I
inviting
want to
me.
ask you that The Rise and Fall of Comrade Zylo is one of the well-known bestsellers in Albanian history. It was made in the early 70s. What made you take this very well-known book and make it into a film, and why now?
Yeah, I met the writer for the first time in 1988 when I made my first short film, the third one, based on a short story that Nekrologji wrote, and he was very kind. I just started the filmmaking. I was in the last year of the film studies in directing and script writing, and he said, okay, you can do it, but I wanted also to adapt a little bit. He was open and he helped me with that. At that time he was still the head of the League of Writers of Albania, so maybe the most known literature figure alongside with Ismail Kadare, but a very let's say, known and genuine personality who also was very fortunate not to be banned or even to get a worse luck under the dictatorship, because the man had certain qualities that you could also read or feel in his writing. He was a free man, but confined in this how to say, unfortunate cage of the dictatorship, that you would absolutely promote the state-owned propaganda, by no means. And in the mid-90s, I asked him about the rise and fall of Comrade Zylo, and he said, no, don't deal with it, it's too early yet. And I said, but we are at the peak of the changes and trying to know what freedom does mean and to become a more open and democratic and free society. He said, no, sorry, it's too early yet. And he was right. What happened in this last more than 3 decades after 90s, when the Albania was open, are absolutely still unexplainable. A lot of things cannot be, let's say, don't have yet a definition. The country is moving alongside with all European countries and East and West also, and all the world at that time. But what really made me to go back and be a certain obstinate to do this book as a script and make a film out of it was that I saw it. Nothing can destroy this. Nothing can change. Better to say, this state man and state relationship, or state versus man, or man versus state, or should they go along together in harmony? I don't know this. The book is tremendously, how to say, smart and clever, and it calls upon this fundamental idea, what freedom is for man, and how that freedom can be reflected on a machine or gigantic machinery that is state that makes you serve it. So that I think this is, I'm not talking that I made no symbolic film at all, so that was not my intention, but still it's so, let's say, contemporary today. It's a universal relationship, and it's a quest for freedom.
And I want to ask you, how do you direct actors that say these ludicrous monologues without them laughing and keeping serious? Because the character of Zylo is so unaware of what he's saying. He's saying rubbish or stupid things like an ideology, and he's with a straight face the whole time.
And he's very serious
and
all
the other
time.
protagonist laughs sometimes.
Two or three times in the film,
but
yeah.
he's with a straight face. So how did
Exactly.
you-
And Zylo is asking him, sorry, why are you asking? This is a very serious matter. Africa, for example, he says, it's the center of the world today. In early 90s, 70s, we had so many African countries and delegations, along with Chinese, coming into Albania because we wanted to become the leaders of Africa. I mean, to lead Africa into a new development coming from an unknown country and an isolated country like Albania was. That's exactly ludicrous. But to come to the cast, the main actor, Alex Seitai, who is very young, 32 years old, and when I proposed him and I auditioned him several times, he was laughing all the time. And he said, how can I say this? How can I do it? But he has a tremendous ability to speak long tirades, and he's not impressed by the difficulty and the hardship that the dialogues have. He has that quality. But it was really... and one day, I got really mad with them. And I was very... Normally, I don't lose my temper, normally. I have the patience to follow them, to let them try and make their rehearsals or try to improve everything in the performance. But one day I got really crazy because they couldn't stop laughing for hours. For 2 or 3 hours, they couldn't stop laughing.
I see. And I want to... Did the Albanian government support the film?
Strange, yes. So we got a financement from Albanian Film Center. I don't know really if I was lucky or they were blind or they were willing to support that great book. I tend to be with the last one, but still I doubt. I'm not sure how that happened. So we had a co-production with Kosovo. We had a minor co-production, a minor amount for post-production, and with Ireland also in a minor co-production.
What about the historical accuracy, the clothes, the typewriting and everything? You did some research how it was in 71 or 72?
Yeah, we saw
how they looked.
We watched the archives. But also I have been 10 years in 71. So I have lived that experience, you know. I remember. But we watched the archives. We have very good archival materials, chronicles of the time, and also documentaries, and also pictures. I think we did, the production designers did a great job in the accuracy and the historic aspect of the film.
Yeah, like
because it's more than 50 years now.
Right. That's what I was asking, and this is the book. Was it based on a true? These are true stories, actually. There
This
were
is a
probably
really great question.
Ghost writers in Albania that wrote all these speeches, right?
Yes.
For the high bureaucracy people, or
Absolutely.
for the apparatchiks. Yeah.
And all the Eastern countries know this very well. Drytrog says
It's okay. Yeah,
says in the book that all the characters in this book have been known by me. So I lived with them. And I remember still, 2 or 3 of them are still living today, and they are still. When I saw one of them who's about 80 years old on the street walking and smoking cigarettes one after another, like it used to be at that time. So he used to lit one cigarette with another, and so on and so on. So he had every character known. Every of them, he said, passed through my office. I don't think he invented. What he did greatly, though, is that he described that real reality, let's say the real realism, in such a sarcastic way that maybe the time got it by itself at that period, maybe because we didn't know where we were going. The Chinese Cultural Revolution was totally unexplained. All I remember is at 7:30, we go there, we rush, and we start doing Chinese gymnastics for 20 minutes, and then we sing the anthem, and then we sing a Chinese song about Mao Zedong, and then we get in the class.
Okay, well, I want to thank you very much for the interview. The film, The Rise and Fall of Comrade Zylo, a great film. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron, for your interview.
Thank you.